It's been a while since I've seen a horror movie that immerses you into the world so much that you really feel like you're watching something that truly happened. So I finally watched Late Night with the Devil, and yeah, let's get started with my review. Let's go. What's going on, all my Flicksters? This is Jacey from Jacey Flicks, and today I finally saw Late Night with the Devil. Now, before I do get started with my review, please know that this will be a spoiler-free review, just in case you haven't seen the movie yet, currently showing in theaters. Also, please make sure that you hit that like, hit that subscribe, hit that notification bell to stay up to date on more movie reviews that I'm reviewing just like this. So, Late Night with the Devil stars David Dastmalchian, who plays Jack Delroy, the host of a late night television talk show. On Halloween night, 1977, Jack's Night Owls talk show broadcasts a Halloween special that goes horribly wrong, unleashing evil into living rooms across the nation. Now, that's all I'm going to say to you guys without giving any kind of spoilers. Now, this movie was directed by Cameron and Colin Cairns. The film wonderfully sets up the backstory before the Halloween special commences, which I actually appreciated when I was watching. I know that there's been quite a bit of controversy surrounding this film because of the use of a few AI images that the directors decided to use for the film. All right, so I don't have too much to say when it comes to the use of AI on whether it should be used in film or not. I mean, I do find myself leaning more towards it shouldn't be used, but I am not a director, nor am I a filmmaker in the industry currently, but I do see kind of both sides in a way. It's quite unfortunate, though, that this has been the talk of this film when this film is actually good. I went into this film without much expectations, although I was excited to finally see David Dastmalchian in a leading role. I mean, this guy has been in quite a few films over the years that I feel like he's had some great roles in, but very small and few and far in between. Whether it was The Dark Knight back in 2008, The Suicide Squad as Polka Dot Man, or even quite recently in the underrated film The Last Voyage of the Demeter. And with this being a possession/demon type of movie, I've always felt like in the past that we've gotten an overflux of possession movies since I feel like the 80s or even the 90s, and they're always pretty cliche. However, I was intrigued by the concept and the setup of this film, and I'm very glad to say, you guys, I thoroughly enjoyed this film. I mean, from the aesthetics to the way the film is shot when the talk show is broadcasting, to the switch of when the commercial breaks happen and the film turns to black and white with a different aspect ratio. I felt like this not only gave you more backstory and depth into what was happening behind the scenes, but it also showed the true personalities of these characters and their intentions behind everyone involved. It's kind of like the mask and the moniker is lifted off of Jack himself, for example, when the commercial breaks happen throughout the film. I also enjoyed how the guests throughout the Halloween special lend themselves to other different perspectives of what the audience is currently thinking, as we watch what the last guests have to offer in June Ross Mitchell and Lily, which, if you haven't seen the trailers, this is the core of the horror in the film. June Ross Mitchell creates a live experience in an attempt to bring out a demon that is said to be in Lily. I feel like the best way to describe this film is kind of like watching an extended entry within the VHS anthology series of films. So picture that, and if you've seen any of the VHS films, then you'll know what I'm talking about. This brings me to the negatives, though. Aside from the AI images that were involved, which, although I've previously stated, I do lean more towards not using so much AI in a film and just hiring more to help the little guys out there, right? I don't know the reasoning behind it, though, and nor have I seen any interviews with the filmmakers themselves describing the reasons why. However, with all of that aside, this film is a slow burn type of film, you guys, which I actually appreciate, and I feel like too often we still get some of these horror films where there's a lot of jump scares. They try to rush the plot or not give too much of the plot away. And then by the time something is revealed, it's not too great as far as the horror is concerned. But overall, I saw that my audience was having fun with it. They loved it, especially the last like 15 to 20 minutes of the movie. And this is what I really enjoy when it comes to horror. I love the slow burns. I love the buildup of the characters, and then an ending that is just all out crazy madness. Now, because I've always felt like that with these films, I do understand that not everyone is going to like that type of film, as well as the ending. I did appreciate the ending. I loved it. But just like my best friend that I went with, she didn't really appreciate the ending because she thought it was a little too vague or a little too open-ended. I love open-ended endings, you guys, and I love how it's open to interpretation with the audience. Now, with all that being said, I'm going to give Late Night with the Devil 4.5 flames out of 5 and a Flamas rating.
It's fantastic.
Now, after thinking about it, at first I was going to give it just a 4 flame review, but the 4.5 I feel like is well deserved. Not only have I been anticipating this film, the concept of it, like I told you guys, David Desmalchin, who's great, but also the fact that the ending had me pondering after a while. It had me thinking, what exactly happened, or what is my interpretation of it? Did it kind of imply certain things? Did it not? I love that for films, and I feel like we don't get that enough. So again, though, this is my rating. Do not kill me in the comments. This is definitely a must-watch for horror fans and those who love the genre or the subgenre of possession films. All right, guys, so have you seen this film in theaters yet? If so, what did you think of this ending? Also, did you like David Desmalchin's performance? I personally loved it, and I think he should get more lead roles. Let me know in the comments below, though, what you thought. Just a side note, too, this film will be released on the Shudder app on April 19th in a couple of weeks. So if you have not gone out to the theaters to see it yet, you can always just wait and watch it on there if you have the app. Last thing before I do go, you guys, please make sure you hit that like, hit that subscribe, hit that notification bell to stay up to date. My name is JC from Jacey Flicks, and until next time, I'm out.